many children do you all have between you?
Just one.
Just one. And the child lives with him?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want the baby back?
Yes, ma'am.
How long has the baby lived with you?
The baby? It's been living the whole time.
Oh, okay. And how old is this child?
5.
5. Oh. And you expect to get child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And the child has been living with him for almost, it's a boy or girl?
What?
His whole life?
Yes, ma'am. Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support, yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because nothing you're saying is making sense right now. You came to court to ask me to give a child back to you that was taken from you, that's 5 years old, that's pretty much lived with this man the entire time.
They took my baby away because my ex-boyfriend is an abuser and I'm not with him anymore, so I want my baby back.
Would you tell me if I...
Women are delusional. First of all, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to the men on the highways and the byways that are pushing out this word in truth and sincerity, and to the remnant men, women, and children of the elect. To you all, I say shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash, and I'm back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahawashi, Mal Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say that again. Women are absolutely delusional. I need to play that video one more time.
How many children do you all have between you?
Just one.
Just one. And the child lives with him?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want the baby back?
Yes, ma'am.
How long has the baby lived with you?
The baby? It's been living the whole time.
Oh, okay. And how old is this child?
5.
5. Oh. And you expect to get child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And the child has been living with him for almost, it's a boy or girl?
What?
His whole life?
Yes, ma'am. Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support, yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because...
What's funny about the video is, it's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny because the guy, his look at his facial expression after she says what she says. Like, he's like, what? This lady's crazy.
Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support, yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
His response, like, this woman's out of her mind. And then the judge basically follows up his reaction with the same reaction.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because nothing you're saying is making sense right now.
Nothing that she's saying is making sense. This is the mind frame of the modern day, of the average modern day woman here in America, here in Babylon the Great. It is absolute complete confusion. Okay. And this is a result of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, being in power, being in rulership. His system, his laws are unjust. His whole entire vibration is confusion. It's one big ball of confusion. Okay. Even to the point where women have women have reacted to his system in a way where they even think something like this is possible, where the husband or the child's father has custody, and you have the nerve to go to court, try to get custody back, and then ask for child support when the father has been raising the kid, raising the kid. It's absolute complete confusion and delusion. Right? But again, this is a product of Esau Edom and his rulership and his power structure, and him giving these women their so-called independence and their freedoms and their rights. Okay? This is what we're dealing with. This is why we have to get out of here. This is why we need Yahawashi. Okay? These are signs of the end, man. Because how much worse can it get here, man? How much worse can it get here in Babylon the Great? It is absolute, complete, and utter confusion in this place. All right?
You came to court to ask me to give a child back to you that was taken from you, that's 5 years old, that's pretty much lived with this man the entire time.
They took my baby away because my ex-boyfriend is an abuser and I'm not with him anymore, so I want my baby back.
Yeah, you're not with this guy anymore. After probably leaving your man, got with an abuser, and now you want your child back and child support. This is just proof that you're a horrible, absolute horrible decision maker. No judge in their right mind would give you that child. Will put a child in your custody. You demon. I looked up the word delusional. Delusional. When you go into the definition, it says a delusional person believes things that couldn't possibly be true. Right? It says, what does delusional mean in a person? In a person, delusional means holding fixed false beliefs that are resistant to evidence and reason, often indicative of a mental health condition like delusional disorder or psychotic disorders. This woman, her reaction is indicative of a mental health disorder. She's absolutely out of her mind. Right? But again, her belief that this is possible is due to being in this world, due to being under Esau's rulership and his power structure. That's what this is about. All right. It says, here's a more detailed explanation, a definition. A delusion is a belief that is firmly held despite evidence to the contrary and is not based on reality, culture, religion, or social identity. Right? Now, despite the evidence, or despite what this, the information that the child's father and the judge is displaying, she can't understand. She can't understand why, now that she's not with that abusive guy, she can't get her baby back and get child support from this man. It is completely beyond. It's gone completely over her head. This is absolutely insane. All right. Let me go. I got two more videos. Check this one out.
Would you tell me if I got really fat or?
You guys you're not built like us. Guys can say shit to each other, and people can say stuff to men that's real, and guys are like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I gotta fucking get my shit together. And women are just weak. So you say something, women are fragile. And here's they're also,
No, fucking stupid.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of truth to that. Women are,
oh my God.
Women are weaker and dumber than men.
Weaker and dumb or emotionally intelligent?
No. Women, in a lot of ways, you could just say women are pathetic. And so when you have to speak honestly, you have to talk to a woman like you would a child.
Now, the thing about this video
tell me if I got...
is that this is a comedian and his wife, but it's still truth, right? They're coming from a comedic sort of way, but there's a lot of honesty and truth, and when the funniest shit is the truest, because he mentioned women are just pathetic. Women are weaker. He mentioned that women are weaker than men. And that's the truth. All right. Women are weaker than men. This is the book of, let's get a couple of scriptures. 1 Peter. Just some examples, man. You know what I mean? To understand what you're dealing with here in this world when it comes to women. Right. And this is why elders and apostles tell you, man, look, if you don't have to deal with a woman, if you can manage, bro, try. Try, because you're going to walk into trying to court a woman, trying to give yourself and have a partner and have a mate here in Babylon the Great. Hey, the women are our glory, man. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you're walking into a world of problems. All right, because she's not gonna understand what you are as a man, right? She's not going to allow you to be a man in your fullness, which is going to be a problem, especially if you're a man in this faith and this truth, because there's a level of just tolerance that we have for stupidity and lack of logic. And that's what you deal with a lot of time with these women. You know, they have that independent woman, you know, she knows better than, you know, you, and you can't really tell her nothing. And that then you got some with that masculine energy. It's just a mixed bag of goddamn evil, man. Right? 1 Peter 3:7, it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. All right. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. Right? Unto the weaker vessel. What did he mention here? He mentioned,
Would you tell me if I got like really fat or...
You guys you're not built like us. Guys can say...
just that, no, look, women are not built like us. They're not built to handle truth. Okay, why? Because they are emotional. She make a joke saying we're emotionally intelligent. No, women are emotionally unintelligent. Okay, they're only tapped into their emotion in a negative way. Okay, to, you know, everything a man says, everything that they hear, that they absorb and take in, triggers their emotion. Okay, and they tend to lean on the negative for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You could go on a 5-minute you can have a 5-minute conversation with your woman, and you could be, you know, for 4 minutes, for 4 of that 5 minutes, you can be telling her how wonderful she is, how much you appreciate her, what she brings to the table, you know, how beautiful she is, how much you appreciate her. If you spend 30 seconds of that 5 minutes with anything that is so-called, you would say, negative, or, you know, constructively criticizing her, that's all she'll harp on. That's what she'll pay attention to. Okay, because she's emotionally not mature enough to deal with constructive criticism. Okay, to his point, men could say shit to one another, and we could take the logic in it, and we could take the constructive criticism, because we know the things that we fall short, and we know what bothers us, and we're aware of our insecurities, and we could take it. All right, and you know what's the spirit? The spirit is, and this was not a part of me doing this lesson. The spirit, that's how the spirit works. Last night I said something to my woman. I was telling her about a situation at my job that she actually knows about, and I was telling her the conversation that I was having, and something I said to somebody on my staff, and my woman said to me, yeah, I hear you. I wouldn't be able to take it, because I just don't like hearing anything bad about me. Like, I don't like I just don't want to hear it. Right? And that just, and her saying that just popped into my head just now. And that's the spirit, because it's the truth. And she wasn't saying it like ain't nothing wrong with her. She was just saying, I don't like to hear it. Even though I know I got shit for it. She was saying I don't like to hear it. And that's because women are emotionally immature. Okay? They're the weaker vessel. They only want you to prop them up.
Shit to each other.
Would you tell me if I got like really fat or...
You guys you're not built like us. Guys can say shit to each other, and people can say stuff to men that's real, and guys are like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I gotta fucking get my shit together. And women are just weak. So you say something, women are fragile, and here's they're also,
Women are fucking stupid.
Well, here's the thing, there's a lot of truth to that. Women are,
oh my God,
women are weaker and dumber than men.
Weaker and dumb, or emotionally intelligent?
No. Women, in a lot of ways, you could just say women are pathetic. And so when you have to speak honestly, you have to talk to a woman like you would a child.
And that's the truth. And that's the truth, bro, to the point that I was making about, you know, well, my lady, how she chimed in and she mentioned how she would react to hearing something about herself, hearing something negative, so to speak. You know, you got to talk to a woman like you would talk to a child, right? Why? Because when you talk to a child, you got to try to make sure you don't hurt their feelings, right? And that's how you got to talk to a woman. You got to walk on eggshells around these fucking women, man. Which is annoying. Like I mentioned, you really can't be a man. You can't be a man in your fullness when you're dealing with these women. Right? These women are something else, man. You know, they're delusional. I'll tell you that. Let me get Job 39 and verse 7. And it reads, is it 39:17? 39:17. Job 39:17 says, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. Right? Women lack wisdom, they lack understanding. But what they don't lack is in emotional immaturity. And I keep using that term because that's really what it is. Women don't want to deal with wisdom. They don't want to deal with logic. They only want to deal how things make them feel. Right? They don't have they don't care about the understanding of situations. Right? Like the woman in the first video that I mentioned. She didn't care about the logic that the judge was trying to explain to her about how the son's father have raised him his whole life and how he was the functioning supporting parent, and you just trying to come swoop out of nowhere after leaving an abusive relationship, trying to point out the lack of and the bad decision making that you made. She could not fathom. She couldn't understand because she lacks wisdom. She lacks understanding. All right. And you have to tread lightly with these women, man. You have to be very, very, very careful with these women, man. You know. Let me play this. I believe the brother Quanawaf, Shalom to the brother Quanawaf. I think he sent us this video. And this is from the Priest Shaman, his page, Lightbringer 144K. I believe this is the priest's video channel. But he sent us this video, so I want to play this.
Tell the truth, Mr. Manziel.
As you can see, the caption at the top, it says, "Father rejects apology after being falsely accused of molesting his own daughters." So what you're about to see in this video is the wife, this man's wife, falsely accused the father of molesting his daughters, and that's what the daughters believe that, you know, their whole lives. But watch what comes out.
In your lie detector test, you were asked, did you have any sexual contact with any of your 3 daughters? You said no. And the lie detector said there was no deception.
There was no deception. He answered. They asked him, did he molest his daughters? He said no. The lie detector test showed that there was no deception. So he was telling the truth.
Yes, they got it. How does that feel for you? And that your daughters know it.
Well, I felt they always did know it.
You felt they always did know it. Mm-hmm. And didn't speak it because?
They didn't know no better. They wasn't told no different.
Miss Yvonne took a lie detector test and said, did you make up or exaggerate any stories with the intention to harm Manziel? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. Then he asked you, did you say something to the effect of, I'm going to make sure you're never happy again? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. So, Miss Yvonne has...
Real quick. So she took her lie detector test, and she lied. She failed the lie detector test concerning the rape allegations. Okay, now look at the comment right below. It says, in the comment section, it says that should be jail time. Full stop. Disgusting. This woman should be in jail. All right. She should be in jail, or worse. She should be. Hey man, a righteous kingdom. This woman, she should be in the grave. This is utter complete wickedness. This is evil as hell. All right. And what's even worse is that she's going to try to justify or not even really take accountability.
Acknowledged that her story about you touching your children in a sexual way was not true. So, Miss Yvonne, is there anything that you wanted to say to Mr. Monzel?
Why didn't you fight for him harder? If you knew you...
Why didn't you fight for them harder? She asked this woman, did you, after being caught lying with rape allegations about this man and his children, she said, why you didn't, if you knew the truth, why you didn't fight harder? Taking absolutely no accountability. The first, at least she could have been, at least she could have had enough integrity to say, I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. The type of emotional damage and trauma that could cause for a young woman and for this man, where you have to fight through, go through. You know, families are part of communities. These communities, they know about this stuff. They hear about it. The whole community was probably thinking, this man's a piece of shit, raping his daughters. He probably was outcasted from everybody he knew, his family members, like all kinds of craziness. And all she could say is, why didn't you fight harder, and even though you knew the truth? That is crazy. Women lack accountability. They lack wisdom. They lack understanding. They lack empathy. They're selfish. It's all about them. And the Most High is going to judge behavior like this, because Jacob's trouble's coming. Martial law's coming. All hell's about to break loose. And this type of behavior will not go unaccounted for.
And what is it that he could have said that would have made you not believe the lie you were telling? Miss Yvonne, you told the lie.
Right.
It was a lie, and you told it. And you gotta own it.
I'm sorry. I need you to say that you did not rape your girls. I need to hear it come out your mouth the way I've always heard it, Ma.
I apologize for accusing you of raping them. Please forgive me.
You don't have to.
She had to be forced by her daughter to apologize. She didn't want to apologize. She's okay with it. She's okay with it. She went to a lie detector test lying, and then asked him why he didn't fight for them harder. She don't care about accountability. She care about keeping up her lie, keeping up her self-image. It's selfish. These women are selfish. And this is an older woman of a different generation. Again, this type of behavior will not go unaccounted for. Yahawashi Yahawashi is going to put this type of behavior completely. It's going to be, all hell's going to break loose, man. And it's going to be bad for these women. It's going to be real, real bad for these women. All right? This man's shaking. This man's shaking. He can't even keep it together.
I cannot accept your apology because it's not sincere. Deep down, I know that you didn't believe that. You knew I had no sexual desires for my children. For 25 years, this thing has broken me.
Yeah, man. Hey. And there you have it. All right? And there you have it, man. You know, This is sickening, man. This is sickening to hear. So a story like that, man. You know. Let me get the book of Micah, chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 5, and I'm gonna read. Let me go in the blue letter because I want to read the NLT. Where am I at? Micah 7 and verse 5. Start at verse 5. In the NLT, it says on the right hand side, it says don't trust anyone, not your best friend or even your wife. Right? The woman you decide to share your life with and have children with, you can't even trust her. You can't trust your best friend in this world. You can't trust your wife because they're non-believers. They don't have the spirit of truth with them. They don't have any integrity with them. They don't care about doing right by you. It's about doing right by themselves. It says, verse 6, for the son despises his father, the daughter defies his mother, the daughter-in-law defies her mother-in-law. Your own enemies are right in your own household. Okay? Which is reiterated in the book of Matthew. Okay? We jump down to verse 10. It says, in the KJV, it says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is Yahawah thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as mire in the street. And that's the point I want to make after watching these crazy videos, man. These videos are showing us what we have to look forward to. Okay? Because these women are going to be trodden down like mire in the street because of their evil, because of their wickedness. Okay? Scriptures say, behold, 7 women shall take hold of one man. They're going to be looking for protection. They're going to be looking for that hedge of protection when all hell breaks loose. It's not going to be there for them. Because again, this type of behavior, this type of work, this will not go unpunished. All right? What's going to happen with you women when this takes place? 2 Measures 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another in swords in their hands. What's going to happen with you women when this takes place? What protection, which hedge, what independence you going to be talking about them? What are the lies and the deception you going to be using in these times? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law, all hell breaking loose. What are you going to do? What are these women going to do during these times? All right. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is the vibration. This is what Yahawashi is coming with. All right. Because of the pride of these women and others and men. But we on the women right now. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Men and women shall be afraid, especially women. Okay. It says, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. These women are going to be absolutely frantic when this happens. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. These women are not gonna have anything to turn to. Because a lot of these women are single women. Husbands are already in the spirit world and don't feel like they don't need no man. And this, that, and the third. Got all that pride on them. Got all that independence due to Esau, Edom. Right? What are you going to do when a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor and men start sacking each other's homes for lack of bread and lack of resources and the lack of the opportunity to survive? It's going to be society is going to shift into survival mode soon. And you're going to see the absolute demon monster in men during that time. Okay? There will be no hedge of protection during that time. All right. And Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi is using his prophets to call out these women for their evil, for their wickedness. All right. And this is what we got to look forward to, man, because we at the end. This is the time of judgment that we're in. And may Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi bring swift judgment upon all the wicked. All right, including these women. I'm gonna leave it there. As always, I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.